Hi everyone, this video is coming to you a little bit earlier than normal, but I wanted to spend some time with you this morning to talk about something that we all experience in life. We all go through in one way, shape, or form. And, I've been doing a lot of thinking over the last couple of weeks about rebuilding and starting from where you are. And, I kept thinking about houses and how does that relate to starting over. Well, when we build a house from the ground up, what happens is that we have to start with a really, really good, strong foundation. That foundation doesn't move. It doesn't, it's not, the weather doesn't affect it. It's just there, and it's always there. And then we build on top of that, right? We add walls and windows, and we add things inside of that particular building into that house. Hi, Rob. And we go ahead and continue to live in this house, and we build relationships the same way. And we put a roof on the house, and we add furnishings, and we have great moments inside this house, and celebrate special occasions and things like that. And sometimes something happens to that house. Maybe it catches fire. Maybe there's a tornado that comes and knocks that house completely to the ground and obliterates everything. And what happens? Most of the time we rebuild, and we start the same way. We take that foundation and we rebuild it again, because the house will not stand without a strong foundation. It just won't. And you have to identify what matters most, not just in the house, but in the relationships that we have with others. What drew you to someone? What still connects you to someone? Even if it's been years since you last spoke, even if there's been some mistakes that have been made along the way, maybe if you accidentally hurt one another, but you have to start. And even if, let's say, the house wasn't completely destroyed, but there's still some walls that are still standing, and maybe there's a couple of broken windows, or you have some holes in the wall that need to be fixed, right? So you do that. And you have to start from where you are. It doesn't mean it's easy, and it doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. What it means is that you have to start where you are. So look at what your foundation looks like. Is your foundation solid? Does the foundation need to be repoured a little bit? Are there some cracks in the concrete? What does that look like? And the biggest question that we all have to figure out is, how much does this matter to me? Does it matter that I have and rebuild this foundation, not just for the house, but for the relationships that we have and are maybe on shaky ground, right? And if it does matter, what are you willing to do to go and have this house again? What are you willing to do to have this relationship again? Are you willing to say, hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to rebuild it. We're going to put up some really great walls. We're going to have doors. We're going to put in new windows. We're going to put on a new roof. And we're going to start to build from here with new memories, with new special occasions and things like that. And so as I was thinking about, how we rebuild not just a house that maybe got destroyed, or maybe just part of it was destroyed. Maybe the rest of it, maybe there was just a room that for whatever reason got, a tree fell on it or something like that. But the rest of the house is still pretty good. But the one thing is, you don't tear down a good house. You don't tear down a good relationship, because it took time and energy to build it. And there's love in building that, just like there is love in building a house and building a relationship. And it's always going back to what matters. What matters most? What am I willing to do to keep this? It's going to take work. Anybody knows that has had a house knows that you have to maintain it. You have to check the windows for leaks. You have to make sure that the plumbing is working and the electricity is working. Everything that makes a relationship the same. You have to do that. It cannot be something that you just ignore, just like a relationship. So that's my Sunday story for today. Just continuously looking about what relationships matter to you, even if rebuilding that house or that relationship is scary, and even if you're not sure if it's going to work out. There are too many times that we cheat ourselves out of even trying to do something because that's easy. It's easy not to try and rebuild something. You just walk away from it and say, you know what, I don't know if I can put in the time and the effort. But what do you miss if you don't do that? You miss a lot. And then someday down the road, you're going to be carrying a regret because you didn't even try, because you didn't even give it a second chance, because you didn't say, hey, you know what? I remember what matters to me. I remember what I want to fight for. I remember what it feels like to have this relationship in my life, and I want it again, and I'm going to fight for it. I'm not going to let go. I'm not going to let go of this house. It is something that matters to me. So that's my Sunday story for today. I just wanted to say, you know what? There are things that are worth fighting for, even if they're hard, even if they're scary, even if you have no idea what's going to happen next. But here's what has to happen, right? You can't build a house unless you find a piece of land and you decide this is where it is. And you have to meet somebody there, right? You meet somebody in the middle. Hey, this is what I'm willing to do to rebuild our relationship, to fix our relationship. You have to meet in the middle somewhere. And here's the best part. Somebody always has to go first. Somebody has to go first. Somebody has to find those 20 seconds of courage and say, hey, this is what I want. And that means that you have to be vulnerable and you have to be authentic. And there's probably going to be some crackles of your voices and you're going to have hands that tremble and you're probably going to cry too. Take that, because that's where it begins. Just like building a house. You got to get dirty a little bit. You got to put in the time and the work. So enjoy your Sunday. It's absolutely gorgeous here. I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit about where I am. Absolutely gorgeous here. So I wanted to get you guys and have this story for you before I left, because I thought you would enjoy this picturesque location. So remember, fight for what matters, because love is all that matters, and make sure that you always have that. So until next week, thanks for watching, Rob. Take care, buddy. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.